Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll share with you how to draft a basic sleeve block that fits perfectly. And this is going to be a beginner friendly tutorial. So if you're interested in all of these, please hit the like button and let's get started. The tools I'll use for this work are pattern paper, straight ruler, tape roll, marker, scissors, measuring ruler, French curve, and also pencil. The required measurements for this work is my armhole circumference, sleeve length, upper arm circumference, elbow circumference, and wrist circumference. Don't worry, I will show you how to take all these measurements while we are drafting the pattern. Before I start drafting, I'll make sure my pattern paper is wide enough. That is the highest measurement, which is my upper arm circumference. And also the length is up to the sleeve length I want with some extra inches. So now that I have my pattern paper that is wide enough for my work, the first thing I'll do is to come down by 1 inch. At this 1 inch, I'll make a mark. It's from this 1 inch mark now, I'll impute my sleeve length. I'll place my tape from this point, then I'll come down and mark my full sleeve length. My full sleeve length is 23 inches. After I've marked the full sleeve length measurement, I'll connect it. I'll connect from this point up to this point. This line now will serve as the midpoint and also my guideline, and it's always important to double check this line to make sure it's straight. This is my full sleeve length and this is the tip of my sleeve. Now that I have my full sleeve length line, the next thing I'll do is to impute my sleeve cap height. And in order to do that, I'll use this formula, the armhole circumference divided by 4. Now the armhole circumference is 18 inches. 18 inches divided by 2 is 9 inches. 9 inches divided by 2 will give me 4.5 inches. Now this is the easiest way to do it, the way I'm folding my tape, just in case you don't want to use calculator. I'll place my tape from this tip down to the 4.5 inches sleeve cap height. After that, I will impute the shoulder to elbow measurement. My shoulder to elbow measurement is 13 inches. And if you remember, I've already marked my shoulder to full sleeve length, which is 23 inches. So I'll go ahead now and label this line. This is the elbow, so I'll just write E there. Then this is the bicep. So now that I have all my measurements, the next thing I'll do now is to impute my sleeve width. In order to do that, at my bicep, I will impute my round upper arm measurement divided by 2. And this is 13 inches. 13 inches divided by 2 will give me 6.5 inches. So I'm going to place the 6.5 inches on this line this way. Then I'll mark the 6.5 inches here. Then I'll also come to the side and mark the 13 inches. This is me distributing my sleeve width equally on this line. So after that is done, I'll connect this measurement with a straight line. So once that is done, I'll double check to see if I have 6.5 inches on each side of the line. Well, when I came to this side, I noticed that I drew it a little bit long, so I marked the 6.5 inches. So the second line now that I'm marking is the 6.5 inches on this side. So after I'm done with that, the next thing I'll do is to take the round elbow measurement. So my round elbow measurement is 11 inches. 11 inches divided by 2 will give me 5.5 inches. So just like I did for the upper arm measurement, I will impute the 5.5 inches from this point of the line. Then I will go to the other side and mark the 11 inches. That will give me 5.5 inches on each side of the line. So before I draw the line, in order not to make the same mistake I made of drawing excess line, I will come and measure it first to make sure that I have 5.5 inches on each side of the line before I connect. And there I have it. I have my 5.5 inches, so I'll just connect my lines now. After that, the next thing I'll do is to impute my round sleeve measurement. That will be my wrist. So my round sleeve measurement will give me 9 inches. 9 inches divided by 2 will give me 4.5 inches. So just like I did for the other lines, I will distribute the 9 inches equally on each side. So I'll impute 4.5 inches on this side and impute 4.5 inches on the other side. Then I'll connect my measurement. So now before I connect, I'll double check. I'll make sure that it's 4.5 inches on each side of the lines before I connect. So now that we have our sleeve width, we are almost there, guys. So the next thing I'll do now is to work on the sleeve cap. In order to create my sleeve cap, I'll connect from this point down to this point with a straight line, creating a triangle shape on each side of these lines. So now that I'm done with that, the next thing I'll do is to pick where I want to be my front and where I want to be my back of the sleeve. So here is going to be the back and here is going to be the front. I am doing this because when drafting a basic bodice, the front and the back armhole is not the same. So now that I've decided where I want my front and the back will be, the next thing I'll do is to measure this line to get the width. Now the width I have here is 8 inches. I'll also come to this side to measure this width now to be sure if it's equal, and yes, I have 8 inches here also. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to divide these lines by 4. So the first thing I'll do is to fold this tape this way and get the midpoint of this line. And now that I have the midpoint, I'll place my tape from the tip to this midpoint and fold my tape again to get the midpoint. And I'll also come to this side and get the midpoint. Now I'm showing you this because I want you to easily know how to find your midpoint, just in case you don't have a round figure. So as you can see, I am double checking to make sure that they are evenly distributed. So I'll do the same thing on this side also. So now that I've evenly distributed the measurement, the next thing I'll do is that I'll come to this point here, the first point just after the tip of my sleeve. Then I'll go up by 0.5 inch. At this point, I'll go up by 0.5 inch. After that, I'll come to the last point and come out by 0.5 inch. Remember, this part I'm doing now is the front part. So for this other side, which is the back, I'll come out by 0.5 inch. Then at this last part now for the back, I'll come out by 0.25. After I'm done with that, I'll extend the line to this 0.5 and to this 0.25. If you notice, for this down part for the back side, it's 0.25. Then the next thing I'll do now is to create my curve. The next thing I'll do now is to connect from this point to this 0.5 inch, from 0.5 inch to that point and all the way down. So I'll use my French curve now to do that. If you notice that I use my pencil at first to draw the line, so now I'll connect from this point to this point. Then I'll also turn the French curve and connect it to this point. You can watch the way I use the French curve so that when you are taking your own curve, it will be very easy for you. And when you are drafting your pattern, you make sure that you use pencil. It's better you use your pencil so that once you make any mistake, you can easily clean it and redraft it. As you can see, I'm done connecting the side. So the next thing I'll do now is to connect the other side. I'll use the same method I used for this side to also connect this other one. So I'll place the French curve this way, connect from that tip to this 0.5 inch, and from this 0.5 inch to this point, from this point all the way to the down. If you notice, when I was connecting the down part, I turned the French curve this way to create that nice S-shaped looking curve. And this is all on how to draft your basic sleeve. There's just a slight difference on the front and the back curve. So the next thing I'll do now is to connect from this upper arm down to my elbow, from the elbow down to the full sleeve length, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. So once I'm done with that, I'll add 1 inch allowance on each side of these lines. I prefer adding allowance on my pattern before transferring it to my fabric. Is a lot easier for me that way. So I'll add the 1-inch allowance on all the lines and also at the wrist. I will impute 1-inch allowance at the full sleeve length. After imputing the 1-inch allowance around, then I'll connect it. Then once I'm done with that, I'll add 0.5-inch allowance on the sleeve cap also. Now this is optional. You can do it here or even do it when you're transferring on your fabric. So the next thing I'll do now is to check my sleeve curve to see if the curve is equal to my armhole measurement, and as you can see, I have 9 inches. And if you remember, my round armhole is 18. 9 plus 9 will give me 18 inches. So I have the perfect armhole plus my sewing allowance. So the next thing I'll do now is to cut out my sleeve. So this is all on how to draft your Bodice sleeve block. Please, if you like this tutorial, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your sewing friends, and let me know how your drafted pattern looks like in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. See you in my next video.
Driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame, 'cause I came to the game and I changed.